Welcome one and all. It is I, Ryker Eve, and Quantum here to bring you another gaming review. This is the one that the clan actually plays. It's Division 2. And this one holds a special place in most people in the clan's heart. So, Quantum, how about you start us off with this one?
Um, good evening, one and all. As the introduction was already given out by Mr. LGN Riker, we're here to, as he stated, have a little review and hopefully laid up a little track or laid out on a little video, which they it's not absentees. I apologize for that. They'll be scrutinized once the time comes. But
I will burn them at the stake.
yeah, sorry, I ain't got my morning face on. Sorry, but we should be good to go. I don't know why I got this down because I'm not using it. Cool.
You look like more of a gamer when you do. But
Yeah, should have had mouthwash or something. But that's pretty much it. But so let's get it smashing, smashing indeed.
yeah, so Division 2. Let's start off with the story. There, Quantum.
Um, it's good. It's good. Is it was good up to, let me say it like that, lore wise, up to what was it? The
Warlords of New York.
the Warlords of New York. Excuse my memory. The lore was pretty much good. It followed a specific path. It kept going the direction it was going to go, as the Ubisoft and developer teams had intended. Uh, it was good. Until they had a little hiccup. I'm jumping way ahead, but it was good nonetheless. Up to Warlords of New York. The little hiccups here and there. Like I said before, I don't want to jump too far ahead, because then that makes the video shorter. But I enjoyed it. The mechanics, the enemy is lively, like the profanity. Oh, I love it. They're a lively bunch, and everybody does what's supposed to be done. And you know, all around, it's a well-rounded game for new and for veterans alike. If you're new, you have veterans that can pull you through. They have certain settings where you can start from the beginning, work your way up to the Warlords New York DLC. But like I said, all around, uh, good game mechanics, gear, stats, guns, weapons. Uh, Potentially, I would say the forefront of what's to come for the next probably 10 years. As somebody who had a future glance of what the future hold, and they put into a video game, that will be Division. That's
I,
my personal
I
opinion.
agree with most of that. The only thing I don't like is all the profanity, and that's only for one story mission. Only for one story mission. And that's on Coney Island. I hated it so much. I don't like put it this way. Most of you
Mm.
know in the clan that I do not mind swearing from you guys as long as it's not every 5 seconds. Like future me, I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but get a recording of Coney Island's story commentary for me. And then watch just a little bit of that, and you'll understand my frustration at this one woman. Of course, I would say that. Of course. Of course. Of course.
I'm hearing a lot of fucking ruckus. Are you in control of this shit or not?
Whenever you feel like sharing your concerns with me, don't.
If you lose Chinenko,
back off and let me do my job.
Fucking DC amateur bullshit! Should've fucking known.
You're on Tina, I'm on the Chinenko fuck. End of story.
Sumner! Is Chernenko secure? Sumner! I can't fucking believe this shit! Fuck! Take care of it. I'm going after Keener, and the last thing I need is some other fucking agent in my way.
Understood, ma'am.
What about the deal, ma'am? Fuck the deal! Fuck Chernenko, and fuck you! Keener is the objective! Listen, spread the fuck out! Cleaners, division, whoever the hell is in our way, empty a fucking mag in their head! Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Kill them, dumbass! It's easy! Aim and pull the fucking trigger!
There are too many!
Ah! Can someone get a fucking mark on Keener? Come out of your little hidey hole, you fucking coward! And I'll show you exactly how tough I am!
Thanks, but we're done here.
Keener? Keener! Ah! You goddamn motherfucking piece of shit! Agent? Alright. Who's up for killing some division agents? I know I sure as fuck am. Guess I have to take care of your sorry ass before I can get to Keener.
Ma'am.
But I have
It's
to.
enlightening. It just brings to me a dose of realism, and it kind of like it comes at a not harsh reality, but a comedic one. So when when I hear something, I find it pretty funny. I'm like, someone thought about that and threw that in there. It was clever. The AI are given life. I mean, I just feel like, I am from New York, even though I'm, currently I don't longer reside there, but I feel like at home,
Yeah.
dirty streets.
Like, I agree with that. It's
dogs
just,
walking
I just didn't
around.
like
Yeah.
it when it happened like every 5 seconds.
It's cool.
But that is just me. As for me, I also enjoyed Division 1 and Division 2. And when this game first came out, I think this came out after Destiny, if I remember correctly.
It came out right at the
Like, they launched like similarly in the same window, but I think
Destiny
this one came out
Destiny
later.
was in hibernation, and then Division showed up. So it became an alternative, and it kind of flipped back and forth, Division, Destiny,
Yeah.
Destiny, Division. 2 games that ruined my life. Like, I don't even play anything else. It's pretty sad that I can't pick up the sticks to find something else to gain or show or give any kind of interest whatsoever.
I think that's what this
It's probably
clan
not gonna
needs the
happen.
most. I think we need a game where we can jump into a game and get out and not have to worry about basically what I call commitment games. Things like Destiny 2, Division 2, Elite Dangerous, and some of the other
Wars
games.
at the time.
Yeah.
It was Star Wars. Then it was
Star Wars was one of those games where you didn't have to commit. You didn't have to do a whole bunch of chores.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I want something. Yeah, I got you. I want something else, to be honest with you, because it's not much as a burnout.
It's just too much of the same thing.
It's repetitious. Like, we just got 2 different games that offer the exact same mechanics, and
Well, one game, because most of the of our community doesn't play Destiny 2, but
well, once we can get that off with a clan, I'm pretty sure we can bolster that roster with people that play the game alike, and it will get the attention it needs. That's what I'm looking forward to.
all right, that's good.
Mhm.
But yeah, the story in 1 and 2 for Division was good. Like, and Division 2 had a very hefty hibernation point. Like, the community kept on getting smaller and smaller. But then it came back to life basically once they said, they announced season 15's coming out with, adjustments to this and that, and offering new exotics, new weapons. It was a good time to jump back in, and mechanics wise, like I have my build roster on one of my characters is all the way full, and some of them do the same sort of thing-ish, like I have like 3 healer builds. I have 2 DPS, one being a sniper and one being normal. And then I have 2 status effects builds, one's being a yellow build and one being Eclipse Protocol. And then a few others that are still in the experiment stage. But I want to say that for what I enjoy most out of Division 2 right now is the speed runs. It offers a challenge that usually is not there in Division 2. Because in Division 2, once you get a build set up and you're good with it, and it's viable with basically almost every single game mode out there, it is almost very easy, even on the heroic level of difficulty. So to have something like a speed run where you actually have to know what you're doing, and if it's a full squad thing, have different builds to complement other people's builds as well. Like you know me, I'm all about that status effect, so I'm in charge of basically AoE, while other players come in behind me with either DPS or other forms of what's it called? Jeez, it's been a moment.
Skill?
Of skill damage. And it takes a bit to find a proper group, especially for some of the harder levels out there, which is, I'll name 2 right off the bat: Federal Emergency Bunker and Manning National Zoo are the 2 hardest ones to do, in my opinion, because I've always had trouble with those 2.
Oh, Chromatic Manage is long.
It's long, but it's also difficulty because, actually, both of them have the same type of enemy, but it's the suicide bombers that get me.
Oh,
because I'm usually ahead of the pack, and once they, once you see that they're a yellow bar, they're gonna light themselves on fire and come at you and go boom. And that's
a sadistic state of mind that someone brings to a point where you kill yourself to kill others.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go into that topic because it definitely
this is game mechanics, people. Apologies, but still.
Yeah, exactly.
They have people called I don't know what their official name is on Division 2, but almost everybody calls them suiciders, where they have C4 strapped to themselves, and if they're gold bar level, they also light themselves on fire and run at you,
which is horrific. Horrible term, but it gets you thinking, like, what can you tell a person to do something like that? What can you train them? What do you offer them? And how are they chosen to become this weapon of destruction? Is pretty interesting. How, like I said, it's a video game, and it also carries some real life trace of things.
Well, it is it's dealt in a timeline where the world is in a post-apocalyptic state, basically, where
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Well,
give us some time.
We got close. We got close. Where this is the dollar fruit virus, or the dollar fruit virus, which is what people called it. in game is it took out like what 95 to 80% of people in the
Yeah,
world
it's
during
as I
Christmas
said,
time.
someone exactly. So someone obviously uh knew of this, or they're from the future. They was able to take this and mass into something as a game, so much of a game that most people can enjoy, but not really realize the realism of what the game potentially is going to go on with its path. Like you can, if you're not paying attention, if you're just playing it, you're not paying attention to the lore. I like using that word.
Yeah,
And the potential of where it's going, like what it's stating to you. It's just they kind of like took the realism, gave her name, and it's kind of like turned things around so it didn't look too real. But if you understand what's going on in the world, it's like it's so much similar in some fashion. And someone came up with this idea, which is big in itself. Like, you just don't sit around and think about this. So this person been here before, he's from the future. Who knows? Who knows?
probably. I doubt that they had that thought mentality because everyone in this day and age is all like, oh, this day and age, we have all this technology, we have fast
Mm.
responses and all that. So as familiar as the dollar flu was to the coronavirus, I don't think they had that intent. But the memes that came out of it were definitely hilarious.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely for sure.
like and here's some lore for you guys. There is a card out there in Division 2 where you eliminate one of the high value targets and they give you a card and it gives you the lore on that person. The most hated one that I've come across so far is a dude who is a guy who intentionally infected dogs and puppies and trained those animals to go up to small children so that the small children would, pet them and hug them and all that. That is disturbing on so many levels.
Malicious on a lot of levels. Malicious. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That you chose their innocence as a means of spread of your weapon. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the world we live in. I mean, like I said, all the for the gameplay and the missions and stuff that you got to do. Like I said, is to me, it's very few games that do both, that carry the realism as much as the fiction
Yeah.
for the game portion of it, and then the nonfiction, the realism of what potentially this could have been or was, or is coming in the future is greatly rolled out. So it's a little bit of both. So I think that's what will probably put Division um, somewhat ahead of some of the little shooters out there. Hate to throw Destiny out there, but because of that, because Destiny is a little more fantasy, MMO
Destiny
kind of thing.
is very fantasy.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Just trying to move back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kind of keeps that you know. Yeah, I think when I say it's for all ages alike, that's because you got us the the sprint conspiracists. We like, oh, that sounds like this and that, and then you got the others who just want to get out and play. So,
Yeah, I'm definitely
all
one of those.
around,
I am one of those players who who's tired of the real world stuff. Want to play a game for the game. I don't want to be bringing anything else from the outside in. And most department heads of this clan know that about me by this point. But
definitely. But it's just all around. It's a good game.
yeah,
Grew on me. Like I said, it came at a time when uh, Destiny has this hibernation uh, mode that they go into for a good couple of months, and then they just come back out and drop DLC, reveal trailer. Division came around that time, so it was like if that wasn't going on, I'll run to the division, and then the division kind of like start slowly pedaling, and then the air come out the front tire. Uh, Destiny would do likewise, just drop something, and you be like, "Oh, I can't wait till that come out." and then they never. I can't say never, but at one time they were opposites attract. Like you had that option one over the other. So you do one, then go out to the other. So you kind of like you you're going to the main girl and then your side chick. I mean, hard. That's the only analogy I can come up with. And then it's the best of both worlds. I just wish I can. What's this? About 8 years now.
Yeah.
Controls from day one. Like I need to try something else. I just maybe it's time. I don't know. Maybe it's age as well. But I just try to.
Probably
There's something
that
else.
is a real possibility.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to agree with that, but thank you. But said age, you can just jump right on that one. But yeah, I enjoy the game and all that comes with it. There's supposed to be some more content coming out soon that I'm looking forward to, so I can jump back in and learn those mechanics and all the new gear and what's the perks behind the new gear. And since it's one of the main games of the community, so hopefully, it'll be more than just me and Ryker, aka Destiny, playing, and we can shell out some Twitch videos, some YouTube videos, or whatever to entertain the community and grow a fan base. Hopefully, to get this SpaceX off the ground. That's what I'm looking forward to. Must be the wife. Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about mechanics for a little bit and away from the story, because that turned depressing real fast. But mechanics are actually pretty well thought out. They're simple, but they offer a little bit of challenge, but they are what's the word I'm looking for? Intuitive on how to be figured out. Like most people, including me, are like, let's just shoot it a bunch until we hit something. But for people who know, veterans, including myself now, are all like, oh, this enemy, you hit them in the back because their backpack has an ammo backpack. This tank has a backpack on his back as well, so you shoot that first. Some people don't have armor on their head. Some people have weak points on different points of their bodies. But most of the enemies are, I will say this, damage sponges. They did their best to lower that a little bit, because I think it was 1 to 2 years ago, they found a glitch that was insanely overpowered. Like, it doesn't work now, so I can safely say what it was. People would go to a minigun and hot swap between it and their main weapon, and so it had a hard time noticing the difference at that point, and so it would just keep the damage of the minigun and put it on top of the weapon, basically, and you would hot swap until you get insane damage, until you basically one-shot bosses. And that includes in raids. So they did an emergency fix for that one. It lasted like a full 2 days. Like, it was all over YouTube.
Aware of that. God, that was a different opportunity to jump in this room.
Oh no, people were getting banned for it. So
no.
so it was a good thing.
Well, they're banning people for their mechanic. Okay. Yeah, I put that muffle on your car, but I intend for you to race with it. Got you.
But it's a very fun game to get into mechanic wise, as well as normal enemy density is also a little bit larger compared to Destiny 2, I want to say. Normally, anyway. Destiny 2 has been getting up there in enemy density recently. But The enemy density in Division 2 has been quite steady and fairly good for the most part. You have anything to add for mechanics?
The the thing that I love about the mechanics when it comes to the specialty gears, the gears with different names, with uh, honor certain attributes and perks that uh, when tied to when you're tying, one or two pieces or three pieces of this gear, and the perks and stuff will increase until you maximize four pieces of these potential gears, and they will do whatever you want them to do, whether it's a striker, you stack DPS, or a skill build where if you have weapons with sync on it, will sync the amount of damage that could be done. Give and take, sharing from your skill builds, doing their damage, making them strong. So well thought out process to how some of the weapons and the gear work together in certain aspects. So it's a well thought out, like I said, thought out, as far as even with exotics, some exotics that are overpowered, underpowered. It's a great mixing pot, and when you find the particular gear and the perk or attributes that it does, and you work on that with whatever you need to increase, whether it's critical damage, critical hit chance, weapon damage, whatever it was. It's a what's the word for it? You definitely have to get in there and grind to meet these expectations or what gear or what weapons you want them to have on. Now, the way they did it right to the Warlords New York, where they allow you to make that change yourself. You can have whatever you want on it as far as, hey, I just want maximum weapon damage or maximum critical hit chance, and you can throw in there. You can change one of the attributes and get something that you would need, whether you want to try to stay alive, or if you want to garner some type of armor so that you are able to do both. It's not a complete 50-50 where you're doing damage, but at the same time you're staying alive and you have armor. It's the way they did everything was to the T, because they were aware of the how strong the potential AIs can be at certain levels, which is great. It's a good idea, like I said before, and it makes you get into it, because even though with most games they have a reset day or a reset point, uh, you jump back in if you've done everything, and if you like the game, you're going back in and you're building your builds, you're doing your damage builds, as Ryker said before, you're doing your skills build, you're doing your status builds, and you're tweaking here and there to get
Maximum
I think
effect.
maximum effect. You can have up to 20 different type of setups, not on one individual character.
It's
It's probably
15. It's 15
15.
per character.
I was close. And then you can switch up whenever needed, especially if you're pairing with somebody on LFG or you're pairing with somebody community, and the person would have the adjacent setup to yours, and you kind of just rip through whatever mission or whatever you got to do, and you get through it. And if you run it at a higher difficulty, the chances of getting better gear and weapons, it's all around the looter shooter, what is intended to be. With that dose of, I go back to that realism. That's what make it, to me. If there was a balance between them both, that made it, put it on its own plateau, and it will always be there, because you potentially want to play something and not worry about that, as per what Riker said earlier. And then it's intriguing for me because, like I said, I'm from New York, so to see certain streets not the way they are now, of course, is a lot better, but the way they were then, And it was, I remember that street. I remember, wow, this looks like this. Oh, this was Madison Square Garden. This is the post office over by 29th Street on the opposite side of MSG. And if that's from Division One, just throwing in there. It just, and I say that the realism is there. Like it's amazing. And I hope they continue to uh, reach out and take the baton and run with it, make the game better because the game has so much potential to be better if the time is put in by the developers to take in responses from the community when they do their PTSs, and hear what people are asking for, what they state, and ideas, and just be like, okay, this this we can make this a reality. Let's turn this in DLC, and the game could just keep growing and growing. I mean, other than gig size, when you put it on your console or you put it on your PC, um, it's so much more. Like, and that's what you want. You want something that can continue to grow, that keep your interest, and then it will veer off into the next chapter and be known later in life as one of the potential games that were out there that kept the audience intrigued, kept the audience happy. Division Two has that potential to do so, and I'm looking forward to whatever's coming next for sure.
Agreed. Let's see what they can improve now. Man, this one's gonna be a list if we actually get into everything. But a list like most of it's nitpicking in a way, especially since they could probably bring back some or update some exotics that have fallen to the wayside that aren't used as often. And there are definitely some gear sets that have definitely been skewed, and in some cases butchered. Rest in peace, my once favorite. Geez, I can't remember. Future me, get the name of it and slap it up on the screen for a moment, because this
The
particular
weapon?
no, it was a gear set. This particular gear set had could shock enemies, and I believe it was guaranteed skill resets if your other skill got a kill. I
Is
believe
that
it
still
was.
that's I believe it's still a thing, isn't it?
No,
They did something to
it's
it.
different. It's different. It's a different gear set.
Okay.
Like it used to be very powerful because of all the tanks that used to be everywhere on higher difficulties.
Mm.
And the tanks back then would always charge the stationary skills that you plant down. So this particular build would make an arc trap, would make the stationary weapon a arc trap, basically. And then while it was stunned, it would do bonus damage to the target, and everyone else would just lay into that tank, and it would be dead right on top of the skill in no time flat. Now they nerfed it because of that, because the shock was too strong. They stayed stunned for way too long, and they did some other things to it, but that was some time ago. But I feel like
Yeah,
that
I was sitting there trying to remember. I don't even remember. But
like they can definitely bring up some of the other gear sets, because some of them are rarely being used. Like there's some players out there who, kudos to them for still playing those sets, because they are strong sets still. It's just that they're not meta game sets. So they're usually not an option when it comes to DPS, defense, healing, or whatever. I don't want to say that tanky enemies are a bad thing because, you know, as I said before, the most enemies are damage sponges. Like, and they did a good job of mostly evening that out, but sometimes there's still that. Okay, when is this dude gonna die? Like I emptied 2 full clips into this dude and he's still not dead. Which for all of my skill players know that feeling because it usually takes 5 clips of a weapon to kill them, but with a DPS player they're probably dead in half a clip. But they can do. I feel like that there's an opportunity there to further bring that tankiness in line. But
Well,
yeah, that's a thing.
it
My opinion, anyway.
well, they I feel like their tanks, um, and their tanks only to specific damage. I don't think they're tanks to every type of damage. You know, I potentially like to use grenades. It was a specific grenade I should use, and it would stun them enough to potentially get that damage you want, and not, emptying a whole mag into a tank. I mean, I think initially they were the meta, and I think they changed that. They just changed it in a way where that they made them less tanky, but there were more options to break the shield, so to speak. So you didn't have
Break their
to,
armor.
yeah, you don't have to use all your bullets or all your ammo when you're taking on a tank and stuff like that. And that's a good thing, because making a tank and having a tank when you're facing them is not a fun thing initially, because of depending on how you go into the game. Like I said, you don't have to go into a game or to a game mode and have a specific DPS build. You can be just using skill, and if your skills doing damage, like you said, stationary skills, something like that, they make that a target because that's a weakness for them. So they the difference between Division 1 and Division 2. Division 1, it was pretty bad. Like, and I
I
want to say
love Division
tanks.
One.
I think the hunters are what I consider tanks as well. They're
Oh
specialty
yes,
tanks. So them taking on using different weapons, able to maneuver when they got a tank who's full with armor, just come out in the street. He's yelling all kind of absurd things when he's shooting at you, or is he shooting at the gang? And then you got the hunter who's they're everywhere. Like, they they are division agents that have turned over, and they have the skill. Like when you're playing against them, it's not like playing against a normal boss. It's like you have to get on them and get on them quick, because they have most of the gear or the weapons exactly what you have, which potentially makes them harder enemy to kill because of that, which I thought was a great idea. But I label them like specialty tanks. They're generally hard to kill because they have all the weaponry and gear that you have. So
weapons,
they're challenging. Yeah,
toys, stupid EMP burst that goes off every 5 seconds.
yeah. But if not, going into it carefully, if you don't do it carefully, ain't no such thing as rushing them. So you can forget about that. Oh, but they will rush you if they potentially know that you're a goner. Yeah, you'll get rushed.
Yeah, like
Most cases,
I
you'll
don't
get
know if I
rushed.
put it on either this channel or my channel, but I'll put it in the link. I'll put it into the card that's gonna be somewhere up here probably. Where me, Quantum, and a friend of mine, Necro, did a 100 run of the summit, where we somehow got teleported to the 100th floor and
Yeah, from the
fought some
10th to
hunters.
100.
Yeah, we went from 10 to 100 for some reason.
100, and then realize. I mean, I wasn't complaining. that saved a lot of sleep. But
Saved a lot of sleep, but I wasn't ready.
oh yeah, potentially wasn't.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, that video definitely I will throw that up. That shows how we got through it, and that will probably take a play on an example of how strong a hunter is.
yeah, and for context, the challenge level that I put for that mode was challenging, and they were still a challenge for 3 of us. But we still had fun, and we got it done on like what, our 4th try.
Yeah,
But
thanks to some of the bills that Ryker put together, so he was able to make the switch. Me, I had 2, 3 the most, and when they took their hiatus, I never kept going back in to produce 2 or 3 more builds so I can have the ability to make a switch.
that flexibility.
Yeah, I didn't have it. So whatever DPS, shotgun, LMG damage build that I had to run that. And like I said, it's about 3 or 4. If you keep them away and do your damage, something like that, you can get them. As long as you get one, that's usually how it starts. Then the rest of them start making mistakes. But it was a interesting where it it was a easy, don't know how, but it was a easy straight to the 100th floor and got it done. And after that, we just so we doing next. Mm-hmm. Thought I
Yeah,
was gonna be on it for another hour or so, but it was interesting. It was interesting to say the least. That's why I said that even with all the game modes that are inside, I think the next one has come up. Was it? No, it's not called Conflict. What is it called? I saw it in the latest season, but I never played it yet. It's another mode in there, but slowly but surely they're adding other modes to keep you busy other than your missions and uh, your safe zone recoveries or what you want to call them. They got more stuff in there now, so potentially you will have a lot to do. And I think that's the accountability of that will keep the game alive. And they just gotta spoon feed us and hope this Heartland comes out soon. I don't recall a release date, but hopefully that comes out
I think
soon.
they actually sent out emails to certain people for their closed beta. So keep an eye out for that email.
I
I,
never get picked for that. I never get picked.
uh,
As soon as they see my credit score, I get skipped over.
but this is a very fun game to play for most people. I know looter shooters are basically is not all inclusive because some people do not have that ability to be basically in a relationship, I want to say, with a game. But for those who can and have the ability to, Division 2 and Division 1 has that ability to scratch that itch. I would say Destiny 2, but that's an entirely different video. Click the card up top if I put that in there. But it and it's this is actually how I met the clan. So a bit of background. Back when I was playing Division 1, I ran into a group of people out in the Dark Zone. I met one of them called Ice, who through some sort of things became friends very fast, and sometime later during the pandemic, I was in Destiny 2 and I was looking for a clan so that I could, get that special vendor that's over in the clan area because there was something going on that I wanted. So I was hoping for a pity back ride. And she said, sure, I know the perfect group for you. And, that's how I met LGN. And it's been a fun ride
Yeah,
with this clan
I
so
agree.
far. And
I agree.
it's how I met Quantum. It's how I met so many people that are usually like, I harp on Mac and a lot, but he's a really cool dude. But
Good guy.
like
Good guy.
Mac,
Great
you are
vision.
gonna get harped on for not responding to any of this. A lot. But yeah, that's gonna be making it into the video. How do you think he's gonna
Oh
feel
yeah,
about
definitely.
that?
Oh, definitely.
But it's definitely one where you can make friends and just have a good time. Like there's been times in this game where I've had general good times with my friends, and sometimes those BS moments are the ones that make you just laugh so hard. Like that's why I keep on picking up this game, for that ability and potential that this game has. Like no game is perfect, and I'm completely fine
Mhm.
with that, because sometimes the buzz is sometimes the most entertaining thing about the game, or the
Especially when
situation
you
that
just
you're in.
get killed and they don't have they don't have a specific reason why you died or what killed you. That to me, on any game, um, I don't know what it's called here. I just know I died. I'm like, what just happened? Like you don't even know what's going on, and then it always come at the worst time. Raid, speed run, checkpoint recovery.
Oh
They come at
yeah.
the wrong time, and then whether you're alone or you're running with two or three other people, LFG or community alike, uh, some of those are entertaining. Not all of them. They come at specific times. They're not all entertaining, but some of them are. And then when it happens, we potentially like to find that and like I said, put that into a video. So hopefully there's a couple more videos slated for Division 2 from the great collection of Mr. Mack, whose attendance is to be questioned, but nonetheless,
Mac, you're
that's what it
being
is.
destroyed in this video.
But that's all right.
uh,
Like I said, ran to this guy and he didn't know much about it, and he picked up the sticks and with the right tutelage under the right people, it became one of his favorite games, and it became a game for the community because a lot of us met through it.
yeah.
And when you got to have fun, play with friends, family, strangers alike, and long as the main objective is to have a good time and be able to talk about it. Now you're able to record it, you're able to edit it, you're able to take it, put it on, most platforms, whether it's social media or not, and you get the name out there. I'm pretty sure it's already out there, but you grasp what I'm saying. So the people are like, oh, them guys, they have a lot of fun playing. I'm gonna give it a try. And whether it's the game or the community, you reach somebody, and I think that's the goal. So the future is to grow, get more members in here with the same vision that we have, and it's not gonna happen overnight. I'll say maybe in the next 5 or 8 years the LGN could become a household name. We just gotta put in the work to get it where it needs to be. So one day we'll be there, and we'll remember this video and this conversation. They definitely will have two different takes. It's gonna have they just started out take, and then the futuristic videos that have more of a clean editing or whatever it is going forward, because I just shows the improvement of where we're trying to go and what we need to give to like I said, make LGN a household name. So I hope you enjoyed the video because they may not seem like it, but we enjoy making them.
Yeah. I'm the main editor. Quantum here is another editor, and then Griff at some point in the future is also going to be an editor as well. So all three of us are editors for the LGN community, and we have fun doing it. And I am the main editor because I am the one with the computer that's up and ready to go. Quantum is always busy, but whenever he has time, he gets to it. And Griff has needed a computer for so long, and he's finally going to be getting one at some point in the future this year. So
When that happens, the videos will be somewhat more consistent
yeah,
on whatever that we're playing. This division.
whatever game we're playing at the time.
Yeah, we can play the game. We will put our stink on it and hope it smells pretty good.
But yeah, it was like I was popping out videos like no one's business during quarantine because what else am I gonna do? But now I'm back on my feet. I have a job. I paid off the last of my debts, and it's a good day for me. So so enjoying life and enjoying gaming it's fun to be in that place in my mind again where I'm not worrying about every single thing at all anymore. And this clan has helped me out in very emotional states of mind. Mac can attest to that. Quantum can attest to that as well. And it's a fun group to be around. And
when we're all here, yeah, I'm gonna keep running that in there. When we all come to meet the homeroom and take attendance, the rest of the schedule seems to pan out pretty well. For whatever reason it is, like I said, you may see just me and Mac and talking about me and Ryker at times, but no, it's not a 2-man thing. It's quite a few man thing, even quite a few females. I think 2 or 3, maybe for tops, so I can remember. So there's no
there's no one person running the show.
Yeah,
it's a unit of people, and
male and female.
Yeah,
be surprised or not. Yeah, so if you're interested, hey, reach out. I'm definitely willing to listen to anybody. It's completely off topic, but
and I'm willing to teach anyone how to video edit. Me and Quam together can teach you some stuff. I can teach you how to stream. And
but most of your teaching will come from Ryker, though.
Yes.
I'm like the person when the right hand tired, you use the left hand. That's me.
Yes. But yeah, I can this is for like, I know we're off topic here from Division 2, but for anyone who wants to learn how to video edit or to stream, hit me up and I'll set a date where I am available because as I said, I have a job again. I've been in a job for over a month now and I'm really enjoying it. It is an overnight job, so I am sleeping most of the day. But on my days off, I usually try and reach out to people who, added me or, we've had, we needed to talk about stuff, but it's
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the only reason why this is happening, because I had a Quantum remember this particular meeting. Like, Griff was invited and Mac never responded. So I think Mac has been busy all week. Because I think we set this date a week ahead of time. I think, like 5 days.
Maybe.
So sometimes life just gets in the way. So as much as we harp on him, especially on you, Mac, he knows this is all in good. This is all in good fun. It's all in humor. Like there's nothing bad here. Like it's a fun place to be, but Division 2
yeah,
for rankings on our clan scale, I think it's up there with what Battlefront 2 used to be when this clan used to be larger. because people made an effort to move over and try this game out that when we came in, and it's an experience. Like if you meet someone in a game, sometimes those bonds are good. Like some people when like I'll say it again, when Destiny 2's cross-platforming went live, people I haven't talked to in like 5 years because they moved through gaming consoles hit me up within an hour. And that was the best feeling in the world, knowing that they missed me and had the ability to contact me and wanted to play with me. That is one of the best feelings in the world, knowing that you're wanted and wanting to be played alongside of.
Oh, alongside of. You said play with me, so you might want to edit that one. They wanted to play with me. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, Quantum. I can tell you all sorts of stories. But
Ooh, there's a bleep button in here. Should be using that. For that whole line. That's what he said. Don't worry about it.
but it's a fun game and it's highly recommended. And I think people actually like these long reviews that we do because we're coming up on an hour here, like we did last time. But
I would hope so.
Yeah, I think our next one will have to be Elite Dangerous, which was another one that we played on.
Okay, that's a good one. And maybe afterwards, if we can get the proper individuals in here, I would like to do a video of class of 2019 and when we came in.
Oh man.
I would like to do
story time.
Even people that may not, if people that may not be here now, stick their head in. They ain't got to show their face, but just say what it was for them when they started. So it would all come together and it would show you how the birth of Division 2 became what it was.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a part 2 to this video if that works out that way. So I'll reach out. I hope somebody answers. I want people to reach out, so I'm gonna reach out.
That will be a task, Quantum, because I think the people who came in with me was you, Slappy.
Still reachable.
Yeah, reachable. Engineered.
Reachable. Like I spoke to them recently.
Nitrous. And a few others, I think. Well, I think it was a group of like 10 people that came in for March of 2019, which is when we all joined, by the way.
That's what I mean. Like, I'll do a video on, post, was it pre-pandemic? I would say post. Pre-pandemic when we came in.
It wasn't pre, it was during. It was during the pandemic.
Yeah, so to speak. Yeah, like when it was going on and we really had no announcement was going on and things was getting shut down and the world was being shut down, but that didn't stop us from coming together. And so it was a fun 2 years before people
drama happened.
Yeah, people made their exit and changed what they want to do and change what they want to play, but that's life.
Yeah, that's life. And honestly, sometimes you just need a change of pace. So, you can't really blame them for that. But to review, guys, this video, even though we went on a very long tangent.
I knew that was going to happen.
The second video that we did of this, and both times we went on tangents. It's all good. We do it for that anyway. But Division 2 is, in my opinion, or the Division franchise, I should say, in my opinion, is one of those games where I recommend to buy and try out.
I think the wasn't it free at one time, or was it just very cheap? I think it was like
It was very cheap, and
cheap.
there was free weekends.
Yeah. So look out for that if you're interested. There ain't nothing wrong with free.
Yeah, man.
It don't cost you nothing to give it a try. You
Yeah,
don't like it, you
look it
uninstall
up
it.
on Twitter. Go to their official site and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Is try and get up on their news. Go to Discord, which is what we've been chatting through to make these videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have their own Discord channel.
Yeah, I'm about to find my other camera because it's probably gonna be the same audio from the last video.
Oh, dude,
I'm already,
guess what? Guess what?
I'm
I
already
finally
closing.
learned how to adjust audio within
Oh,
DaVinci,
cool.
so I can make it higher or lower without
I don't
chopping
think
up
I don't
everything.
think it was a low or a high. It was a quality. I think it just sounded like
I'll see what I can do there too. It's just that I
yeah.
know that I was coming out very quiet.
But you were clear. That's the difference. You were clear on your talk when you was talking was clear. Even
Very,
your
very, very
video
true.
picture, very, very clear. You wasn't supposed to agree with that, but it was very clear. So when I find my other camera, again, I find my other camera, hopefully, the picture will be, uh, you'll see the difference and then the audio will be where it needs to be at. So I don't have to play it back and sound like I'm on a AM radio or something like that. But it would definitely. But if you can make that improvement, I would appreciate it. Cause my voice is a lot more sexier than what you hear.
Yeah, it was like it's fun talking with people. Like I'm good with small groups, but when it comes to huge groups, like when we first came into the clan, I couldn't stay in a room for like 10 minutes and not go
It's all right.
crazy. But to all the people out there, thank you for listening and watching this video about DaVinci 2. DaVinci 2, really? Did I just say that?
You should definitely be taking that out. Okay, that's a whole
Division
separate
2.
video.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our review of Division 2 and our little tangents about, reality of the situation of the video game, of how it played out during the pandemic, and our tangents along varying subjects. And we will. This is Ryker Eve and Quantum telling you to have a good day and a good night. Have a good one, everybody.
Love you.